নমস্কার, মলয় পাঠক বলছি, and today we are focusing on discussion particularly on Gemini ascendant and Gemini Chandrama. And this will be talking in context to the year 2022, major transit of different important planets like Saturn, which will be moving towards Aquarius, then again it will be turning back to Capricorn. There will be a shift of place of Rahu from Taurus to Aries, Ketu it will be from Scorpio to Libra, and there will be change of place of Jupiter from Aquarius to Pisces. These are the major events, and our discussion point has been, as we have talked in the last two episodes, are primarily how these major transit is going to have an impact in the life of a native, and that too keeping in mind about the forthcoming eclipses. Those are scheduled to happen in the month of early May or maybe in the month of November. This is the second eclipse that we can see. How these all things are going to have an impact in the natives' life during this year. But as we know that the predictions should always be based on the Sthan, Kala and Patra, like what is the Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, and also keeping in view about the strength in Sarvashtak Varga chart in the horoscope. When we talk about the Gemini people, then we'll find that the position of Rahu is going to be from April onwards. That is going to be in the 11th house. Presently Rahu is in the 12th house. That basically is causing him kind of stress, mental depression, illusions, lot of expenses, hospitalization. All these things will be gradually converted into the benefit, like earning plenty of money, good amount of money, good amount of speculated money. Maybe even the people, they will be quite keen to ask on or bet on cryptocurrency. That is also maybe the time. Now 5th house will be, it will be shift from 6th house to 5th house for Ketu, and that is basically the house of education. That one has to keep in mind. Now, if we look into the position of Saturn right now, it is in the 8th house, and it is going to shift towards the 9th house. Now, what we essentially look from the 8th house, is it only obstruction, only difficulties, only pain, surgery, or different kind of stress and strain? No. 8th house is a house of transformation. 8th house is a house of your native property, and that's to be received. 8th house is a house of sadhana. 8th house is a house of doing something new in accordance to the nature of planet they are operating there. Now Saturn in the 8th house, if somebody gets connected with machinery and building and those related work, it is going to do very well. Any kind of factory work, machinery, tools, this will be an exceptionally good period for people. When this Saturn transit towards the 9th house, then it also gives a very good result, because that is coming into the lagna se jo hai, that will be coming to the 9th house. So that will give a kind of spirituality support. They will find a new guru, and they will be spiritually inclined. They will be mentally finding peace through meditation, and they will be getting support from unknown sources, and preferably from a guru. Now, what very interesting is that from the month of April, there will be an Trikon conjunction with Ketu and Saturn together, and this connection is going to cause some trouble, and which can better be minimized or diluted with a simple remedial being focused and doing work which are basically related to Ketu. And these works are doing good meditation, remain in isolation, doing spiritual practices, doing work related to roots. Ketu is basically deep roots, and if we are anyway taking support of the roots, this is going to be benefiting for us. I have learned one beautiful concept from Rahul Kaushik ji, that to get a very good response with Saturn and Ketu combination, if one does practice writing every day, because पेन की जो नींव होता है, that is basically Ketu. Tips जो होता है, that is basically Ketu. More you write that, more you use that, that is going to give you a very good strength subconsciously, and this is going to remove the problem. Now, chanting Ganapati mantra is one of the best remedies, there is no doubt about that. But when it is connected with Saturn or malefic planet like Rahu, because there will be time when Rahu will be in eclipse. In that time, Bhairav Ashtakam is one of the best remedy. Like somebody can do Kal Bhairav mantra, somebody can do Batu Bhairav mantra. Om Karakarid Kapala Kundali Dandapani Starunati Virani Labhyavajak Paviti Kratu Samay Saparja Vigna Vichcheda Hetu Jayati Patugunatha Siddhida Sadhakana. Right? तो अगर हम ये महाभैरव ये बटु भैरव मंत्र का पाठ करेंगे, तो this is going to be a big support system to our life. Chanting गणेश जी के मंत्र Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. But these mantra be always received through initiation from a capable guru, that basically you get a support from them. But do practice with lot of sincerity and devotion. Otherwise, this year is going to be good for education point of view. Besides the eclipse time, that eclipse time I told you what kind of this Bhairav mantra that one should do. And when Rahu is in problem, always do chant Durga mantra. When Saturn is in problem, always chant Kali mantra. When Ketu needs support, go for Ganesh mantra. So there are a lot of things that we should always keep in mind and do things as appropriate. But मिथुन लगने के लिए हमारे डॉक्टर अर्जुन पाई साहब से जो हमने सीखा है वो ये है कि अगर आप तिरुपति मंदिर में वहाँ जाके अगर आप बाल दान करेंगे, हेयर्स अगर आप डोनेट करेंगे वहाँ जाके, that becomes a very beautiful remedy for these ascendant and Rashi people for wealth. I thanks all my teachers who have taught me directly, indirectly, through different important books and different classroom trainings, all put together. What I understand that this year is going to be quite good for the people who are basically Gemini descendant, and they really can do very well. There is no doubt about that. And I sincerely look forward, because the position of Jupiter is going to be very, very prime. It is going to be positioned in the 10th house, and this is going to give tremendous benefiting result during the year. There is one thing we should always keep in mind, and this is going to happen from April and onwards. Because see, all the planets are in a form of giving you benefit. Saturn, if you can transform or align yourself with the nature of Saturn is expecting from you, then as you hold the position of Rahu, then Jupiter and later on Saturn. Although some may say that there is going to be Papakartari Yoga between Rahu and Saturn, and in between this Jupiter is going to be aimed, Keeping all these things in mind and keeping the transit of these planets and the Dasa Mahadasha and planet strength in a different house in Samastaka Varga chart all put together, we can arrive into a conclusion that these natives are going to have good time, provided they remain disciplined, they remain systematic. And one common recommendation for everybody: go for morning walk. Go for morning walk and shade your energy. If you are very healthy, then shade at least good amount of energy. 5-6 kilometers a day walk, that is very important. If not, minimum 4 kilometers a day, gradually, step by step, enhance your ability to work. But then do it. Saturn always looks for discipline. Saturn is natural correct for the 6th house, no? They always like very systematic, organized work. Alright? So, therefore, I will advise everybody to follow the doctrines, the discipline of Saturn. Be focused. Be always focused. Don't be illusioned by Rahu. Rahu will give you lot of intellects, which may not be all the time good. But then mantra chant kijiye, Mata Durga ki chant kariye mantra. So this is extremely beneficial. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am continuously posting on different lagna, lagna and Rashi, pertaining to the transit of major planets during the year 2022. Kindly subscribe my channel, kindly forward to your friends, tap the bell icon so that the videos that you receive in the earliest. And I express my sincere gratitude for your participation. Namaskar.